Hey everyone, and welcome to this hardware unboxed behind the scenes video. We're going to be giving you guys a closer look at the set that we've built here for my studio. In case you're wondering, it is Tim here behind the camera doing this sort of handheld camera thing. Not something we usually do at Hardware Unboxed, but for you guys that support us through Patreon, and thank you guys very much for doing that. I thought I'd try something a bit different for once. So yeah, sort of going with the behind the scenes sort of look here and give you guys an overview of not just what we use for some of the filming that we do, but also some of the things that are actually in the set that you see on an everyday basis. So this is actually the desk that I use. You can see it's a pretty flimsy piece of timber that I got from Bunnings Warehouse. Fair bit of flex in the table, but nevertheless, it does serve its purpose, and they're just on some trestle tables that you can see there. So I guess the first thing to see here that we've actually got is this is a remote control that we use for the lighting, so we can sort of turn on and off the lighting as we go. Very handy stuff, and I'll show you the lights a bit later. This is a PlayStation 4 remote, as you can probably tell. I do own a PS4, but that is used for our teleprompter. So Steve uses a different sort of setup, but I like the Bluetooth remote sort of thing that we've got going on there. But that's basically what I keep in front of here on some of these things, and you can sort of see over there a lens cap as well on the other one. And yeah, these are some Lego sets, not usually in the set as we would usually just have actual PC products and so forth, but I recently just did film an unboxing of some Lego stuff, including the Millennium Falcon Collector's Edition Ultimate Collector's Series down there. So if you haven't seen that video, check that out in the behind the scenes on Patreon as well. So that's sort of what happens when I'm sort of sitting in front of, I sit in front of this thing. That's the chair I use over there. A lot of you guys complain about the old man chair, but it's actually just my dining table chair, and it works quite well. So yeah, you would have seen the building of this set, hopefully in our previous behind the scenes video. We've already detailed everything that went into this, and you can see the finished product here. So it is built out of structural pine. You can see that on the edges here. These sections in front of us are MDF, and we've painted all of those. So that's that, and we've got some pine sort of boards here that we've treated, coated, done all that good stuff too, and I think it looks really nice with that sort of staining effect. This bottom one is a bit wider than the top one, just to give that nice shelving effect. And at the top here we have got some beams that we've used for sort of structurally reinforcing it, and then again for things like hanging the microphone off, and eventually I'll be mounting this, if I get my finger in the shot, mounting this light to the beams. Up here is some soundproofing foam, as you can sort of see, so that's very important to reducing the echoes in this room. There still are a few echoes, but we've got some other echo reducing things like this sort of blanket area, and then behind that there's even more stuff. So that helps a bit, and then you can sort of see in other areas we've got these sound bits of foam on the walls and stuff to sort of prevent the sound from going everywhere. This room is extremely echoey because it's a garage. I've even put some stuff on the floor as well to sort of help reduce those echoes. We think it's turned out reasonably okay in that regard. Always tweaking everything to make our videos better than ever, and that's one thing that we're always working on. But with the combination of these sort of things and also some filters in Adobe Premiere, we're able to get the echo to, it's reasonable, I think. So here's all the things that are in the set at the moment. I think I'll give you guys a tour of pretty much everything that we've got in here. So this is the Lego Ultimate Collector's Series X-Wing Starfighter set, the red X-Wing. Here are some components that I used for a recent build video of my Ryzen test system. I think that should be up on the channel by the time that this video goes live. But basically we've got some ML fans from Corsair 850X, and the H115i Pro boxes. They're empty at the moment. This is the standard Millennium Falcon, so not the Collector's Series one that we've got down there, but this is the standard one from The Force Awakens. So this set was basically available with, for about 200 bucks or something like that. X470 Aura 7 Wi-Fi board, Gaming 7 Wi-Fi, and the GTX 1070 Ti box. Both of those are in that test system build. That is a box for an NVIDIA Titan X. That's in my editing rig. This is the MSI MPG 27CQ. So this is a 1440p monitor, the one with RGB lighting on the bottom that a lot of you guys thought was ridiculous. I've got that in the set and I'm planning to hook that up using some power cords to make that look even more awesome. We use that for testing sometimes, but basically that monitor is there. This is the AT-AT set from a couple of years ago. Again, that's Lego, that's a standard set that you can get. This is the HP Envy X360 that AMD provided us to review Ryzen mobile. So that's the Ryzen 5 2500U inside this one. Still got that, waiting for some driver updates because they really need to fix that because there's a lot of driver problems with that device. I think some of you guys in the Patreon as well have bought this particular laptop and found similar problems. So I'm really hoping that it is actually HP's fault, that HP gets off their ass and releases some driver updates for this laptop so that we can test things like compute in Premiere, which doesn't work at the moment on that laptop. Up here in the corner that you can't usually see, this is the Teridium Imperial Shuttle from a couple of years back. The Google Pixel 2 box. I've got a Pixel 2 XL as well that I normally use, but I've got a Pixel 2 XL out the back. This is a Vega 64 that I'm planning to use some FreeSync 2 testing shortly. So nice to have that. This is the Ultimate Collector's Series TIE Fighter. So that's a nice looking set. Maybe I'll go into detail on some of these Lego sets in a future video because they have got some nice features in some of them, but we normally just use them for background stuff. This is a very important tool here that you should definitely use for cleaning all of your PC components. No better thing to clean PC components than WD-40, of course. This is the Ultimate Collector's Series Sandcrawler set, one of my favorite sets to build. Looks okay, I guess, in the sort of background sets, but it really is an awesome looking set. And up here, a Core i7 8700K, new in the box, thanks to Intel. That'll be in my Intel test system build that's coming up. As you might have seen, I've done a test system for Ryzen 2nd Gen. We'll also have this 8700K test system, and we'll be using that for some game testing stuff. So basically we plan on going through and testing all the various different settings in modern games when they get released. So for example, a game like Far Cry 5, we test that at all the sort of presets from your sort of ultra down to high, medium, and so forth. Just sort of give you an idea of the performance impact of each of the settings and dialing down even further into the sub settings, not just the presets, but all of those sort of things. To give you guys a really quick guide that you can just go in and tweak those settings and know which ones have the highest performance impact for you. Sort of will help cut down, I think, some of you guys tweaking in games. That stuff tends to be pretty fun, but as well we plan on benchmarking that, and that's something I will be doing with those test systems. That is my broken X370 Crosshair 6 Hero board from Asus. That's the one with the 2 DIMM slots that doesn't work that I mentioned in a previous video. That is about $1 million worth of DDR4 there. We have got BB-8 Ultimate Collector Series set as well here, so that's a really nice looking set, and I think it's a bit of a challenge to get things looking spherical in Lego, but that one I think looks really good. We've got the R2-D2 set as well. A lot of you guys mentioned this one. Again, Ultimate Collector Series set. And yeah, got given that for Christmas a couple of years ago, and it looks really good. What else we got? Corsair Force SSD, that's in my test system, same as that stuff. Razer Lancehead, you might have seen this in a lot of my laptop testing. I use this wireless mouse to test laptops with. I've got a few other mice, but that one's just handy because it's wireless. This is the Aorus GTX 1080 gaming box. I will be being sent the RX 580 version of that one shortly, but that is the 1080 one. We'll be doing a bit more testing with that in shortly, looking at that with the i7 8750H, but for now, it's on there. And this is, of course, my favorite Lego set. You would have seen it from a Q&A a couple of weeks ago. That is the Ultimate Collector's Series Slave 1 Lego set. So those are all the things we've got on here at the moment. Plan on adding a lot more stuff to this sort of section in the future because, yeah, it's always nice to have a few more things in the set. I'll just go through some of the other stuff we use. So here we have LED lights. There is no better way to film videos than LED lights, and these are Aperture LED lights. So we've got both the EZ box on them, which is the soft box, gives it a nice softer feel. And these are, I believe, the 672Ws. So they are 5500K in terms of their color temperature, and that gives that really nice neutral tone you can see for all of our videos. Not only that, as I mentioned earlier, We've got the remote there that can be used not just to turn them on and off, but also to dim them, which is really handy. And yeah, so we've got the overhead one that sort of illuminates that background and the two foreground ones. And I plan on adding a few more of those soon. For the microphone, I'm not actually using this right at the moment, but this is the, if it will ever focus, this is the Rode NT1A, I believe. This is a cardioid microphone that we use. Is really high quality, gives awesome quality sound. And normally I have that just perched right above the desk there to get some nice audio into your eardrums for our videos. And we hook that up to a Zoom H4, which normally sits over there, but I'm actually using it for this video with a lapel mic. So yeah, that's sort of all that stuff that you can sort of see in the set. Give you guys a quick look at what else we've got. This is sort of on the edge, a few more Lego sets, a few boxes, more Lego sets in the sort of dark corners. This is a freezer over there. Got some tools and stuff in the corner there. This is one of the tripods I use for filming B-roll and so forth. Probably pretty dark and hard for you guys to see, but it's there. And then a shelf of other sort of useful stuff that we use for filming is over there. Boxes of review units and stuff. This is a ViewSonic monitor that I plan on looking at very shortly, the VP3881. That under there is a Samsung FreeSync 2 monitor. I know you guys have been wanting me to check out FreeSync and HDR monitors, so that's something that will be worked on in the future. As well, just some more cardboard deposits and so forth, and lots of other stuff. Yeah, this is a fully freestanding wall as well. It isn't really attached to anything for rental reasons. And yeah, that's kind of the whole set. So just a more in-depth look at everything we've got there. Sorry for the shaky cam footage, but really there wasn't a better way to sort of film this, unfortunately. But yeah, that sort of give you guys a look at everything that's in this set at the moment. I'll probably, once I add a few more things, we'll go through that again at some point in the future. Maybe I'll detail some of the other things in bit greater depth in the future as well, if you guys are interested. And we will have some more behind the scenes videos that sort of cover other stuff in our production line, things like more in depth about the audio, more in depth about the lighting and cameras that we use. I think that sort of stuff would be interesting, so we'll probably do that at some point in the future. So thanks everyone for watching this. Thanks to all of you guys who do support us on Patreon and watch these behind the scenes videos. Production quality is not really as good as our main channel stuff for these behind the scenes videos, but they're always a bit of fun to make and hopefully they're good to watch. So thanks everyone again who supports us, and we'll catch you in the next behind the scenes video.